Okay, hello. This is a very random video that I did not plan out to do at all. But here we are. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you again. I just felt the need to express my hurt and disappointment in a couple of my favorite celebrities. This is gonna be very difficult for me. It has to do with politics. Surprise, surprise. Been cutting off a lot of celebrities lately. Some people, some locals too, over this shit, because it is just ridiculous how stupid some people can be. So anyway, getting into the video, Tinashe, one of my favorite artists ever. I've been standing her since like 2010, 2011. So she posted on her Instagram story last night or whatever, I think, a tweet from someone I've never heard of in my life. But the tweet said, at this point, not voting for Biden because he's not your ideal candidate is like finding out Trader Joe's is out of dried mango, so instead you throw yourself into oncoming traffic. Okay. Sure. I don't really get the analogy. What exactly are you saying here? Okay, so you're saying, okay, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, and let's assume you're not voting for Trump either, because you're not that much of an idiot. So you're not voting for Trump, you're not voting for Biden because you don't feel either of them represent your values and will improve your livelihood as an American whatsoever, right? Okay. So let's say you live in a solid blue state. You live in Illinois, you live in California, New York, you know, somewhere that's just been a strong blue state for decades now. So because you're not voting for Biden, you're killing yourself, basically? Or like you're being reckless or careless or something. I'm not exactly sure where that analogy was going. Like, what the fuck does the presidential election have to do with Trader Joe's dried mangoes and running into oncoming traffic? I don't get it. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding where exactly she's coming from on that. So I was really disappointed that it was coming from Tinashe. I mean, she didn't directly say that, obviously, but she clearly agreed with it if she reposted it. And I'm trying to find the logic, because right now there is none, and it sounds like your typical Hollywood neo-lib cuck bullshit, you know, the shit I was talking about in my last video. Sounding like that type of rhetoric. Ooh, I really hope Hollywood isn't causing her to go down that road of ignorance. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Amanda Seales, also someone else that I have been a fan of for a while now. I haven't like stanned or anything, but she's, you know, always speaking out, speaking the truth, speaking up against, you know, just racism or whatever ignorant shit is going on. She decided to tweet last week, I believe it was. She tweeted several things. So the first tweet I saw from Amanda was, and this was so early in the morning. I was like up for a road trip and I saw this shit and I was like, no, the fuck, she didn't. The tweet read as follows: y'all really trying to sell me, quote, Biden's worse than Trump, like you were kicking it, or like you were kicking that back when he was running through the 6 with Barack. And there's like a gif of Biden and Barack running. Girl, okay. My response to that is, and like what is your point exactly? yes, a lot of us were ignorant on Joe Biden and Barack Obama when they were still in office. I mean, first of all, Obama got in office when I was in like 8th grade. Of course I was not up on politics like that. I mean, in 08 he seemed pretty promising, and then came 2012, I was about 17, still couldn't vote, but of course, you know, still loved Obama because, you know, I didn't know shit about politics. I just knew, you know, identity politics. You know, I knew, oh, all black people must be good, and no. And then Trump came in, and then I was still pretty ignorant on a lot. I was definitely drinking the Kool-Aid, you know. I was, I really was. Much like these celebrities still are, unfortunately. In 2019, I really started to get more into the Democratic primaries because I was like, okay, whoever goes against Trump, they have to be the fucking best. Like, they have to be they have to be what? They have to have an enthusiastic base just like Trump's, if not more enthusiastic. And they have to get a lot of young voters because, bitch, we are becoming the majority here. And most importantly, stand for all that we stand for. We need free higher education. We need a Green New Deal to save this planet. We need Medicare for all, so everyone, no matter your class, has a chance at getting the healthcare that they need without going into debt, maybe? I don't know. Just a thought. We need to end the wars in the fucking Middle East. We need to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, even though it should be like over 20 at this point. But, you know, we're still called radical for shit like that. So, okay. We just need, you know, an enthusiastic Democratic candidate, you know? And I saw that in Bernie Sanders. I fucking saw that, and I was so excited. And I don't know why I'm about to get emotional. Why am I getting emotional? But I saw that in Bernie Sanders, and I didn't really see that in any of the other candidates. I thought I did, you know, for some of them here and there, but, you know, then they eventually exposed themselves. Then, you know, what happened happened. And now we're here. And I want to know why these celebrities in particular still think we live in some kind of fair democracy. Because we don't. At all. Sure, some elections might, you know, might be more democratic than others, but in general, as a whole, we don't live in a democracy. Are you kidding me? So for these celebrities just to kind of condescendingly tell us, you know, the working class and poor people, that all we have to do is just vote and just like shut up and vote for blue no matter who, and you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. Just nothing but Democrats, you'll be fine. When that's not how it works at all. We've been doing that. I don't understand what they're not grasping. We've been doing that shit. Where have you been? Where have you been? Oh, up in your Hollywood Hills mansion in your little bubble? Right. Yeah, that's where the fuck you've been. And Amanda also tweeted like, he is the only option, da 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 da. No, I mean, people have an option to vote for third party. They have an option to not vote at all, sit their asses at home because they feel so fucking hopeless in this political system. I mean, when you think about the Electoral College, I mean, that alone is just like, what the fuck? This isn't fair. This isn't a democracy. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, why would I want to participate in this when I feel like my voice is never going to be heard? Like, once people start realizing, oh, the only way you're really going to get shit that you want done, most of the time anyway, is if you have a lot of money and connections. And that's the state of American politics as we know it right now. Like, that is what this is. I don't know if these celebrities are just ignorant to that, or if they know that but just are choosing, are just, you know, working for them too. They're I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where is the logic, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And it's like they always want to point out, like, oh, you're never gonna get a perfect magical candidate. Like, just settle for less, honey. It's just what you have to do. Like, it's, I don't know if they think we're 5 years old or like, thank you, neoliberal. I am very much aware that Joe Biden is not my ideal candidate. Thank you for educating me on that. But here's the thing. He's not just not my ideal candidate. He's fucking terrible. Like, he's fucking horrible. Let's see. Led the fight against desegregating schools even years after it had been proven a success and defended by Republicans. Right? Voted for the disastrous Iraq War, then escalated, then lied about it, still says he'd do it again, and just hired a foreign policy advisor who helped Bush orchestrate the war before joining a lobbying firm for the military-industrial complex. Nice. Hell yeah. I can totally look past that. Wrote the racist crime bill that intentionally led to record-breaking mass incarceration, positioning himself to the right of even Reagan and Bush. Hell yeah, but that's nothing. That's nothing. What? That's gotta be an anecdotal point. Opposed Roe v. Wade and voted to allow states to overturn it like they are now, worked to undermine the ACA's coverage of birth control, does not view abortion as a choice and a right. Nice. And still opposed federal funding for it multiple times, including during this election. That's pretty, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But it's fine. It's not ideal. It's just not ideal, you know? Long history of creepily, patronizingly groping, sniffing, kissing, grabbing, condescending women and young girls, just so many times, even including intimidation, and continuing even now after his non-apology. What is that? They're liars. They're probably lying, you know. They just want attention. There's no recorded video of that. There's no proof of that. What do you mean? Just tons of racist comments. Has shown support for so many of the worst racists and segregationists Republicans like George Bush, Dick Cheney, Mike Pence, and Jeb Bush. Has lied about marching. Let's not forget that he lied about marching in the civil rights movement like multiple times. The horrible treatment of Anita Hill during the Clarence Thomas hearing, of course. Supports cutting Social Security and Medicare and raising the retirement age on multiple occasions, backing Paul Ryan's efforts to do so while voting to gut welfare. That's nice. We don't like poor people in America, so you know, that's totally fair. Led the disastrous war on drugs and somehow still opposes cannabis legalization, while simultaneously trying to destroy the growing industry by handing it over to the big pharma. Yet 2 of his children escaped consequences for drug use. That's interesting. That's very interesting. The list goes on and on, guys. Like, I'm reading this article that I always reference, that I saw back last summer. It's on Medium. I'll link it in the description box below. It's called A Guide to the 2020 Democratic Candidates You Should Not Vote For by Weston David Pagano. It was posted last June. And it just, you know, Joe Biden is the first candidate up on this list, and there's just so much. This man told black voters that if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Okay. Okay. Joe Biden is not going to improve the lives of the poor and working class folk in this country at all. He hates them too, you know, much like the Republicans. What I think a lot of liberals fail to understand is that there are Democrats in power right now that are just as bad as the Republicans. Like, just as bad. And yet you still think okay. Third party voters are not going to make a difference in the general election. I just need you guys to hear me on that and to understand. If someone wants to vote, but they don't want to vote for anyone on the presidential ticket in the two major parties, guess what? That's none of your fucking business. That's literally none of your fucking business. Are they voting for Trump? No. Oh, but according to y'all, they technically are, because, you know, third-party voters and non-voters, they're basically just voting for Trump. They're basically just Trump supporters. Because that logically makes sense. Yeah, like...
You're not voting for the Green Party. You are voting for Trump.
No, I'm voting for the Green Party.
No, you're voting for Trump.
But I'm not, though. Do you see how that doesn't make sense? Oh, God. Again, I'm going to repeat. Third-party voters will not be a factor. They will be a non-fucking factor in this general election. Do you hear me? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Please do. Because you sound stupid right now. You sound dumb. Please just let people vote how they feel is best for them. Like, obviously, Trump voters, we're not even gonna talk about them. We're not talking about them. They're over here. They're too far gone. We're not worried about them. I'm talking about the people who feel like they need to vote for Joe Biden for harm reduction, you know, because Trump would be significantly worse over the next 4 years, and which I completely understand. I completely understand that. It's just so funny to me because I never shame anyone who's voting for Joe Biden. Like, do you, boo-boo? Do you, like, do what you feel is best for you and for this country. And I totally get the harm reduction strategy. Like, I genuinely do. And yet, I'm not telling anyone to vote the same way as me. I'm not encouraging anyone to not vote at all. I'm just telling you, like, yes, I am voting third party this year as far as the presidential ticket, and I'm gonna focus on the down ballot candidates because I feel like those are, like I said in my last video, just as important, if not more important. Like your state and local elections, like that makes a pretty fucking big difference in the way you live your life beyond just, you know, who's president. I'm not telling anyone to vote the same way as me at all. Do what you feel necessary for you and your life and your livelihood. And trust me, I know how bad Trump is. I'm not stupid. I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy, okay? I get it. I fucking get it. Holy shit. Like, I see this man just fucking up day after day after day. Like, trust me, I know. But I also know just how bad a lot of politicians are now that I've woken up and seen the light. I realize a lot of them like to say they represent us, but they don't represent us. They represent corporations. They represent the 1%, the super wealthy of this country. That's who they're going to cater to at the end of the day. There's a reason why you see so many Democrats and Republicans opposing the Green New Deal, opposing saving this planet, like our last chance to really like save this planet before irreversible damage takes place. You would think everyone would be on board with that. We just live in a stupid fucking country. Like, that's all I have to say. I mean, being against Medicare for all, being against Medicare for all, like, how do you even, it's like they spit this mumbo jumbo Democrat platitude bullshit about how we can't afford it and how it's not gonna work. It's gonna be tons of long waiting times, and oh my god, it's gonna be so much worse than Obamacare. And also, y'all know that Obamacare is a Republican plan. That's a Republican healthcare plan. I'm not gonna go in on y'all's precious Obama today. I'm gonna save that for a later video maybe, but at the end of the day, stop fucking voter shaming, dude. Like, I'm just so tired of it. Like, I was just so disappointed in Tinashe for posting that because it came off so condescending and like so patronizing, like, oh, if you don't vote for Biden this year, then you are fucking stupid. Like, yeah, some people are dumb, but I think a lot of the dumb ones are y'all saying that type of shit, for one. Like, I'm fully invested in politics right now. I have been for over a year now. Do you think I didn't put thought into this? Do you think this was an easy decision for me to make? To not vote for the Democratic nominee against Donald fucking Trump? Do you think that's an easy decision for someone to make? No. So stop fucking coming at leftists and progressives like we're so reckless and careless and just are basically Trump voters because, you know, we're helping Trump at the end of the day. No, the fuck we're not. Holy fucking shit. If we wanted to help Trump, we would just fucking vote for the guy. That's what we would do. We would just vote for him. That would make things a lot easier, no? A corporate Democrat was never going to have my vote anyway. So I'm not giving away my vote to anyone. I'm not giving away my vote to Trump. That literally does not make any fucking sense. I'm just so angry, you know, about it, obviously, because it's such a simple concept, and yet no one can seem to grasp it, especially, you know, over in Hollywood. Those celebrities, they just, I don't know what it is. They're just, what's in the fucking water over there, because holy fucking shit. Like, and this is just in preparation to like blame us, blame the leftists, blame progressives if Biden loses. Because if he loses, we all know where the blame's gonna be placed. It's not gonna be on the Democrats. It's not gonna be on Republicans. It's not gonna be on non-voters, really. It's gonna be on the leftists who chose to vote third party. That's what they did in 2016 for the Jill Stein voters. That's what the fuck they did. The same fucking rhetoric. And also, do we not see that we're in the same exact fucking position as we were in 2016 with these two nominees? Do we not see that? Joe Biden is literally Hillary Clinton 2.0. Only Joe Biden can't form a coherent sentence. So there's that. If Biden loses, don't blame me. Don't blame progressives. Don't blame the left. Blame the Democratic Party. Blame our fucked up voting system. How about you do that? Because the people that did vote, whether they voted third party or not, they did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. They did what they came to do. They voted. That's what they fucking did. So you're gonna blame people for voting the way they wanted to? Okay, huh? Like, are we in a cult? Like, are we all supposed to just fall in line and settle for less than what we deserve? Like, because the Democrats forced this upon us, when it's been made clear they don't give a fucking shit about us. They don't give a shit about working class people. They don't give a shit about poor people. They want us to remain as poor as fucking possible while they get as rich as fucking possible. It's just what it is, fam. Like, that's just what it fucking is. I'm sorry if you don't see that, but then again, I'm not sorry because you have a lot of resources to like educate yourself instead of just like relying on fucking Twitter and Instagram for your news. I don't know. Yeah, stop fucking voter shaming, dude. I really hope Tinashe, I've totally unfollowed Amanda Seales. I'm like totally done with her. I'm just like, the way she responds to, she just thinks she's always right. Like, she is just never fucking wrong. She is right 100% of the time. Anyone that disagrees with her, you're stupid, you're dumb, you don't know what you're talking about. I have a degree in African American studies. Okay, bitch. So yeah, I'm done with Amanda. As far as Tinashe, I just hope she doesn't repost or tweet or anything like that ever again. And you know, you can encourage people to vote. Just don't shame people that aren't voting the way you want them to. Like, I get, we're not talking about Trump voters right now. We're not talking about those weirdos, okay? We're talking about people just on the left of things. Let's not shame them for voting the way they feel is necessary. I'm sorry that it would be against my morals and values to vote for someone like Joe Biden, who is a racist and a rapist and more war criminal. I can go on. Once again, I encourage everyone to X-nay the CNN nay and MSNBC nay and get more onto independent media. There's Secular Talk, which is probably my most watched channel for political news. There's Rational National, there's The Humanist Report, The Majority Report, The Young Turks, which, you know, they piss me off sometimes and I don't watch them anymore, but you know, they're better than CNN at the end of the day. I definitely recommend following certain people on social media, like Brianna Joy Gray, who is the former press secretary for the Bernie Sanders campaign. She is also someone who is not supporting Joe Biden, and it just makes so much sense, you know. I love her so much, you know. She is the definition of black girl magic, you know what I mean? But I will leave a video from Vice that includes Brianna in the description. I definitely encourage you all to watch it. She explains why she's not supporting Joe Biden, and I think she always explains things in such a logical and eloquent way. I also recommend following No Name on Twitter and Instagram. She's amazing. Like, she is someone I really wasn't expecting to really be so involved in politics and just have such knowledge about this disgusting capitalistic society we live in, but she definitely is, and she makes it known, and she's not afraid to speak the fucking truth, and I love that about her. So yeah, follow No Name too. She's pretty awesome. But yeah, follow me on Twitter also. I definitely follow a lot more political accounts that really just kind of put things in a more logical, reasonable perspective and aren't just shaming people all day. You know, if we're shaming people, it's for a good reason. It's for, oh, you're a racist, oh, you're a pedophile, oh, you're a misogynist, oh, you're a corporate shill, a war criminal, you know, things like that. Yeah, that's who we shame. We don't shame voters over here. Sorry. Okay, bye. I don't know what else.